Good morning, StoryStarters class. Today's story is called A Young Musician. Before the days of radio, phonographs, or electronic recordings, most music that people heard was either what they played themselves or what was played at church and at community gatherings. Hans, are you in the attic again? His mother called up the narrow steps. I've been looking everywhere for you. Yes, Mother. I started reading up here because it's so nice and quiet, Hans answered, as he promptly made his way down the winding back staircase. Have you seen the view of the town from up here? Yes, I have. It's very nice, son, she said abstractedly, because something more pressing was occupying her mind. She held out a piece of paper. A message was delivered here for your father, and I need you to deliver it to him straight away. Of course, Mother. Hans tucked the folded paper securely into the inside pocket of his jacket, slipped on his best boots at the door, and waved goodbye. Hans hated hurrying, but his father was a doctor, and Hans was used to urgency. People came to the house at all hours of the night when a loved one was very ill or when there had been an accident. Hans spent several hours a week assisting his father at his surgery after school hours. His parents expected that he would study to be a doctor, but Hans was uncertain whether he really wanted that kind of life, the kind of life that his father had, and he wondered whether he could be as sincerely full of mercy as his father was. He made rapid steps and delivered the message speedily, but did not stay until his father finished. He walked home in a more leisurely manner, ambling towards home through the back cobblestone streets of his little Austrian town. His stomach was growling, and unable to wait for supper, he stopped at the bakery just before it closed and bought a penny bun. Biting into it with delight, he let the crumbs from its crispy crust fall where they would. As he continued to stroll along, he suddenly heard the faint but clear notes of music coming from the second-story window of a house just ahead. Hans loved music. What a curious tune, he thought. It was new to him. Stopping in front of the house, he wondered who lived in it. Wishing to keep the sweet melody in his head, he hummed it as he walked the rest of the way home. He feared the tune in his head would soon slip from memory if he could not duplicate the notes. There were no musical instruments in his household, but his resourceful mind struck on an idea. What did Hans think to do? Describe step by step how Hans went about setting up his music making. All right, go ahead and set your timers for 20 minutes. And have fun creating the ending of this story. See you next week.